Welcome to Altered Carbon Season 2 recap. Our next recap video will be Season 1 of The Witcher. Let's continue with Altered Carbon. Episode 1, Phantom Lady. 30 years after the Bancroft case, Kovac is tracked by Trap, a bounty hunter. She is hired by Horace Axley, who lives on Harlan's world, Kovac's home world. Axley offers Kovac a job, guarding him. In exchange, Axley will give him a new high-tech combat sleeve and the location of Falconer. However, after waking up, Kovac discovers that Horace is killed. Together with Poe, he heads to Tanasera Hideki, a former friend of Kovac and a Yakuza boss, who gives him and Poe a new base of operations, which Poe transforms into a hotel. Episode 2, Payment Deferred. At Axley's murder scene, a special protectorate team shows up, under the command of Colonel Carrera. With his team, he kills everyone at the site, to protect the reputation of the Mets on Harlan's world, including Danica Harlan, the governor of the planet and daughter of Conrad Harlan, the planet's namesake founder. Danica had been waging a war against Joshua Kemp, the leader of the Callists, who follow Falconer's teachings. Meanwhile, Kovac finds Trap to find out who Axley's business partners are. Before he locates them, he argues with Poe about Poe's memory loss since his erasure by Lung, and that it is worsening. Kovac then heads out and locates Axley's associates in a bar, but they are soon after killed by Falconer. Kovac believes that someone has stolen Falconer's sleeve since she doesn't recognize him, and they fight. However, at the end of the fight, it seemed that the real Falconer regained power over her body. But then, Carrera and his men show up and they capture Kovac, while Falconer escapes. Episode 3, Nightmare Alley. Carrera is torturing Kovac to find out who he is. When he painfully extracts his memory, he learns that his prisoner is Takeshi Kovac, while he reveals to be Jaeger, Kovac's old mentor. While Trap is looking for someone named Anil, Poe learns of Kovac's capture and enlists the help of a fellow AI, Dick 301. Danica then orders Kovac to be sentenced to the Circle, where he fights clone sleeves of his former friends. Just when he's about to lose, the real Falconer shows up, and together they escape to Poe's new hotel. Episode 4, Shadow of a Doubt. During Harlan's Day celebration, Kovac sets up an escape plan for him and Falconer, while she tries to collect the pieces of her forgotten past. Poe is replaced by Dig, and wonders if he should reboot, losing his memories of Lizzie. Hideki is then killed by Dark Falconer. When Kovac finds his body, he plugs himself into Hideki's stack and views his last memories, learning that Dark Falconer is killing all the founders of Harlan's world, with only Conrad Harlan still being alive. To capture Kovac and Falconer, Carrera sends for Evergreen, which is the codename for a young and still loyal Kovac in his original body. Episode 5, I Wake Up Screaming. Carrera sends Kovac Prime to find Kovac and Falconer, who cannot remember killing Hideki. Together with Trap, they head for Joshua Camp and his Callists, who are at Stronghold, the place where Kovac and Falconer had their base. However, they are relentlessly tracked by Kovac Prime. Meanwhile, Poe visits a virtual reality in order to locate Conrad Harlan and ask him what is going on, but finds out that the Conrad there is a fake! At the capital, Carrera learns that Danica leaked Quellis propaganda to cause panic and assume dictatorship of the planet. Kovac Prime finally locates Kovac and they fight, with Kovac losing and being thrown off a cliff. Episode 6, Bury Me Dead. Trap saves Kovac, who was hanging from a cliff. They are then attacked by Carrera's team, but are saved by Kemp and his Callists. Kovac Prime meets Falconer at the riverbank, where she has regained her memories and takes him to a cave. She shows him how Ray cloned her body and left her in the cave. Kovac Prime is then ordered to take her in, but Falconer is aware of this and fights him. However, they are stopped when Kovac, Trap and Kemp arrive, capturing Kovac Prime, while Kemp puts Falconer to the test to find out if it's the real her. She aces the test and takes over the Callists, but then Trap finds out that Kemp is an imposter when he lies about her brother, Anil. Trap tells Falconer, who exposes him, but they are then seemingly captured by Danica's forces, who kill Kemp. Overwhelmed by the enemy numbers and cornered, Dark Falconer emerges and uses her power to bring destruction upon Danica's men, using Angel Fire, orbital weapons left behind by the Elders. Episode 7, Experiment Paralysis. In the wake of the explosion, Kovac Prime is captured, while Falconer's body is damaged by using the orbital weapon. To save her, Poe plunges her mind into virtual reality. After witnessing the destruction generated by the Elder weapon, Danica convinces Carrera to help her learn to use its power. Carrera in turn enlists Kovac Prime's help. Together they enter the virtual world created by Poe. After Kovac and Trap have joined the virtual construct, they finally find out the truth about the Founding Fathers and who really inhabits Dark Falconer. It turns out that after Conrad Harlan landed on Harlan's world, an Elder and her unborn children were still living there. In order to colonize the planet, Harlan and his co-founders, except Hideki, killed the unborn Elders, while the parents' consciousness was stored into a Songspire tree. Using Falconer's body, she wanted to exact revenge on all the founders. When Kovac and company then plan to trap the Elder in VR, it escapes, using Carrera's sleeve. Episode 8: Broken Angels. Carrera, taken over by the Elder, is trying to destroy humanity with angel fire. The only way to stop it is finding Conrad Harlan. Kovac, Falconer and Kovac Prime meet with Danica to find out where her father is. She reveals that he is dead, showing them his stag with a bullet hole in it. To stop the Elder, they bring at Conrad's stag. However, Danica betrays them by trying to kill it. She fails and the Elder kills her instead. Together with Falconer and Kovac Prime, Kovac fights the Elder. Kovac then manages to shoot Carrera's stag, infecting himself with the Elder, only to activate the orbital weapon and kill himself and the Elder with angel fire. Sometime after this, Kovac Prime is set free, while Falconer leaves the planet. It is then that Dig and a rebooted Poe find out that the human presence is stored within Poe's AI. Thanks for watching and see you on the next recap, which will be The Witcher Season 1.